In this video, we're going to be setting our work area inside our firmware. Okay, so to see that, I'm going to go to GRBL here in the console. You can do that with whatever software you'd like. I like to use GRBL. But in our console, we're going to type in money money to see the registers. Okay, so down here, register 130 and 131 are x-axis and our y-axis work area. Okay, so to figure out what our work area is here, we're going to have to run our homing cycle first. Now, if you don't have a homing cycle, you can literally take your machine and just manually push it to the back corner, right, to where it stops, and then continue following these instructions. Okay, so I'm going to run the homing cycle. Okay. All right, so it hit the end stops back there, and now I need to figure out how far it will move. Okay, so I'm going to bring my slider up to 50 here, and start bringing it down. Okay, so I'm at 150 right now. It says it up here in the GRBL software. I got plenty of room to keep moving. Okay, now we're getting close. Now my belt bracket's getting close to my idler pulley. And I don't want to interfere with that, right? So I'm going to go down to 10. Okay, looking at both sides, I still got another 10 millimeters, it looks like. Okay, now we're getting a little close. Now I'm going to go down to like 2 millimeters per move. And one, no, I'll leave it there. That looks good. Okay, so it says Y is negative 284. Okay, now if we look at our registers, our y-axis travel is in register 131. So what I'm going to do here is money sign 131 equals 284. Okay, so let's look at our x-axis. So I'm going to work with that here. So bring this back up to 50 or so. There's 50. Lots of moving here. So where are we at here? Negative 500 so far. Okay, but it's getting close here, right? So I'm gonna go down to 10. Oh, actually, okay. I'm gonna go down to maybe 2 steps. It's getting close. I think that's about as far as I want it to go. Okay, so where are we at here? Negative 563. Okay, so money sign 130 equals 563. All right, so now that's set up. Let's check our registers here. So I'm going to type in money money here. And it shows me now that my x-axis work area is 563. Our y-axis work area is 284. Okay, so now that that's set, what I like to do is after it's done homing over there, I like it to come back to the lower left and set this as 0. Let's give that a try here. I'll show you guys how to do that. So first of all, tell it to go home, right? Okay. So it's going home. And then gently pulls off and touches it. And gently pulls off and touches it. Okay. Now, inside the firmware, you can give it 2 commands when it does a successful homing. So that's your N registers here. So money sign N 0 equals G53, okay? Use a G53 command. Okay, and we're going to go in the negative direction because we're right there and because all our work area is in the negative area. We're going to give it a negative direction to go. Okay, so X, let's see, on our x-axis, we have 563 millimeters of motion. I don't want to go all the way to the edge of that. So what I'm going to do is X negative 560. And then Y, where are we at here? 284. So Y negative 280. Okay. And what that's going to do here is just going to run this head all the way back here. Next thing I want to do here is register N1 is G92 X0 Y0. Hit enter. Okay, that's going to look familiar. And that's because if I were to move this laser somewhere else, and I already set my 0 point. As I hit this point on the globe, so if I hang my mouse over it, it says set 0 point, right? I click it, and that looks very familiar, right? G92 X0 Y0, and it also says Z0 in case you have a Z axis. But that's the command to set 0. So now as I home it, what it's going to do is send the laser back there, right? Hits that end stop, and now it's going to hit the X end stop. Pull off, touch it gently, and then touch it gently one more time. And then by itself, it's going to come back to this 0 point here. And now it's ready to fire, ready to work from this point. So I can run my, perimeter from here. If I had a laser on, you'd actually see it. There we go. So that's how to set your... Oh, one more thing. So now that you got your work area set, now we can set soft limits. Okay? So now I can set register 20 to 1. So money sign 20 equals 1. And now, okay, so if I try to move this, it moves just fine, right? So I'm moving the laser around, clicking the buttons, but as soon as I try to make it move too far, it gives me an error that says travel exceeded. So it won't let me actually fall off and run into edges here. All right, keep going. Won't let me go further. So kind of a cool little safety function. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys.